Hey everybody, welcome back to Empower Melbourne Shuffle. In this video, I'm going to be going over static stretching, something you do after a workout. The previous video was about dynamic stretches, um, stretches or movement that you do before a workout or a dance sesh. Follow me as I do, and I'll explain more as we go. First, we're going to start head to toe like always, doing some side bends. Be careful when you do these. You don't want to stretch too much. These really stretch your lats on the sides of your rib cage. Okay, next we're gonna do cross your arm over. You can rest your head or like your chin on your shoulder or your tricep. As you see here, you want to take your one arm and pull it over on the forearm. That helps get a better stretch. Do both sides, and with all stretches, depending on how much pain or tightness you're feeling, 10 seconds is really all you need, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. That's the beauty of stretching. And the more you stretch, the better you get. It's maintenance for the body. Next, grab your right wrist, pull it behind your back gently, and pull over with your left arm. This is going to help work your neck, your shoulder. You can tilt your head left and right when you do this. Shake it off. We're going to do the other side. I got these from P90X back in the day. These are a really good stretch. Shake it off. Next, we're just going to stretch our kind of like the forearms. You're just taking the four fingers and you're just lightly pulling back, or on the forearm or like the underarm. We're gonna do this on both hands, and we're gonna do pulling on the four fingers on the front or the top and the bottom, so you're stretching both ways like that. Again, go lightly on these. Okay, we're getting everything. Now this one, if you can do this, put one leg in front of the other, or beside, like you see here. Grab both arms or by the wrist, and bend over straight and look down until you're in like a 90 degree. Again, you're going to use that force by grabbing both arms to kind of crank yourself up. Okay, that's going to give you a good stretch all along down your back and your legs. Next, we're going to do some quad stretches here. If you look at my posture, a lot of people when they do these, their knees are pointed like out to the front. Eventually, your posture should be with your knee facing straight down, and understand you might not be at this point in the beginning, and that's fine. Over time, though, you want to get to this. But as long as you're feeling that stretch in the quad, then you're doing it right. You'll get to that straight posture over time. Once again, do both sides, look straight ahead, and hold it for about 10 seconds, then let go slowly. Next, this is a fun one. So with this, you're going to spread both legs, 1 foot apart in the front, one in the back, and you're going to turn your hips square, and you're going to kind of lunge into it a little bit. This is going to stretch out your hip flexor. Me, personally, I have really tight hip flexors, which can lead and be the cause of other things, which we'll get into in a little bit. But this is going to stretch also your quads going down the front of your leg as well. Switch and do both sides. Here's a side angle for you. Again, step out 1 foot in front, and turn your hips so they're square, straight in front of you. And I guarantee you're going to feel this in your hip flexors. It's going to feel amazing. These really, really will help loosen you up. And the whole point of doing a lot of these stretches are for less pain and stiffness, decrease stress, increase blood flow, improve performance. Okay, you'll definitely feel these when you walk immediately after or once you get up. Um, Now, for this one, we're gonna bend over. Here's a couple of angles for you. Keep a straight back for now, and see if you can not lock your legs. Keep your knees straight, but if you have to bend them a little bit, that's fine. If you can touch the ground, great. If not, don't worry about it. Again, get the posture. Will come in time. The better posture. Um, Next, see if you can reach out in front of you a little bit. A lot of this is just kind of gently playing while you stretch and seeing um, what you're capable of doing and how far you can stretch, and work your way back up nice and easy. I always like to kind of swing my arms. Okay, so now we're going to work our way down with a couple more here. Grab a piece of equipment or a wall, doesn't matter, a weight. And with this one, you're going to do a simple calf stretch. So put the ball of your foot up against the wall. And this is a really good stretch. There's something I do here to get an even deeper stretch. So what you want to do here in just a second is you want to bend the knee like so, and then you dig in even more through the back of that leg, and it feels incredible. So I have to try that next time you stretch. Now we're going to work our way down. So if you have a mat, go ahead and hop on the floor. We're going to start out with a good old butterfly stretch, as they call it. You can use your elbows to rest on your knees or your inner thigh, and you can just kind of use those to push down gently. Again, be gentle on yourself with every single stretch until you get used to all of these, if it is your first time. Okay, next these are called archer stretches, I believe. You're going to take one leg and put it out to the left, put your right leg down, and if you can put pressure on it without injuring yourself or without feeling pain, go ahead and do so. If you can touch your toe, also do so. Try pointing your toe forwards. You're going to feel quite the stretch on the bottom and on the front of the leg, so just be prepared for that. I've been stretching for about 5 years now, consistently, so a lot of these I'm used to, and very, very flexible and very limber. Switch and do the other side. Now, as you can tell, my left side is actually my knee sticks up a lot more, so I always have to do more work on my left side. You're going to always have a more dominant side, but you can make tweaks and kind of even out both sides over time. So again, point the foot and then come out of it. Now this next one we're going to do this back twist stretch. I forget the actual name. Forgive me. Now again, look at this posture. This nice straight posture. This is what you want to have. This is what you want to shoot for eventually. You don't have to have this nice straight perfect posture right now, but just do your best. Okay. Put one leg over the other. Put the arm over the knee and use the force to push against. Now on this one, this is a little bit advanced. I don't expect anyone to get this one right away because it can be very tight on the quads. But pull your ankle back, and you're kind of in a 90-degree position here. And you can even lean back to your right, to your left. Put your head or your arm on your head like so, and kind of stretch back. Now let's do the other side. Grab your ankle and pull back. You can put your hand on your head and kind of stretch back. Again, you're kind of playing a little bit while you stretch and seeing what feels good and what direction and what motion. And this is going to help with mobility, flexibility, and what feels comfortable to you. Next, we're going to get into the what's called like the plank position. We're going to kind of hold it for a sec. Okay, you can, and important to keep your head face down during these. It's going to be easier on the neck. Drop down to your elbows or your forearms if you can. Keep your butt and your back straight. Try not to stick your butt up. If you have to cheat a little bit though, or you have to drop down to your knees, of course that's fine, okay? Next, we're going to go into this is called an upward dog. Hence, you're pointing up. With this one, you can tilt your head back a little bit, see if that it feels good on the neck. Okay, you just give it a good stretch. About 10 seconds for each of these, okay? Next, we're going to go into Cobra. Cobra is when you don't touch the ground. Downward dog, you are completely on the ground. With Cobra, you can go flat on like the feet, or you can go up on the tiptoes, but you're holding it like so. So that's downward dog and then Cobra. Give it a little stretch. Give yourself a little short little break, and then we're going to get back into it here. This is called downward dog, hence downward position. Your butt is sticking up, but you're pointing downwards. Okay, and yeah, you could be on your tiptoes, and this also stretches your calf, as you can see here. You can get a little bit closer or a little bit farther away depending on your height and whatever feels good to you. You're going to definitely feel this stretch all along your calf and the back of your leg. Again, proceed with caution and do this, be gentle with these. If you're really flexible, you can work your way all the way up with your tiptoes, and you can scoot up or scoot back. And you can kind of go back and forth like you see me doing here. Again, moving on to the ground. We're going to be completely flat for these. These are going to help so much, I promise. So lay flat, pull your knee gently to your chest, okay? And this is going to work the hamstrings, and the glutes also underneath your leg. You're going to grab just below the knee, and you're going to pull back gently on these, or wherever you are comfortable, okay? You can kind of tilt the head back, and if you can straighten the leg, great. If not, don't worry about it. Again, the posture will come over time. Now, try pulling towards you. Put your hands on top of the kneecap, just below the kneecap, and you're going to pull towards you. Now, with these are like a miracle stretch right here. If it's really tight, try leaning it inwards. So try pointing it. If it's your left leg, pull to your right. Okay, while doing your left leg. Okay, we're going to switch. With these, you can do a little bit longer stretch. These are going to help again with hip flexors, big time. These are like a miracle stretch. I have so much pain relief and soreness from these that disappears after I get up. So again, see if you can point the feet. Okay, this is a little bit of an extra. This may be a little advanced, but see if you can point the toes. Bring the legs closer to your body. If you need to cheat a little bit, put your arms or your hands underneath your butt, and you can put them under like that, and that'll help relieve some of the tension, while you can focus on pointing the toes, keeping them the feet flat, or pointing them toward. And moving on, we're almost done here. This is another good one for you. I'm going to do a couple different angles so you can see. You're going to take your right knee and lean to your left, and your right arm will go right. So as you can see, this is your left leg. Grab your right arm and on top of the left knee and pull it over. Take your left arm like this and lay it on the floor. This is a really good side stretch. Again, here it is from a different angle, because it's kind of hard to see. So again, you're gonna take your right leg, left hand, pull it over to your left. Your right arm is gonna lay on the floor, like so. You're gonna feel the stretch all down your back, down your hamstring, the back of your leg. Again, the left side, take your right arm, pull your left leg over, and your left arm is going to lay flat on the ground like this. About 10 to 15 seconds each side. I love this stretch so much. Next, we're going to lay back down on the floor and lay your right knee out if you can. If it sticks up a little bit or you can't put it down all the way, don't worry about it. This is also going to open up your hip flexor and just make you feel amazing. You're gonna be so loose in the hips when you get back up. Now you see what I'm doing here. I'm doing like a rotation. Be careful with these. Everything, I want you to proceed with caution and do it slowly. When you do these, you might feel a little bit of your cartilage in the hip or in your rotator down by the hip. That's normal, okay? Obviously, if you feel any pain, well, you're going to want to stop. But otherwise, proceed with caution and do it slowly. Do 3 one way and then 3 reverse. Do this each side, and I guarantee when you get up and when you walk, you're going to feel almost instant relief of pressure that may have been built up in your hip flexor. I learned these about 2 or 3 years ago, specifically these ones. Now, for these last couple stretches, we're going to do cat-cow. This is the cow position, and this is the cat position. We're going to do about 5 to 10 of these to wrap things up. These feel really good, by the way. Again, don't stretch what's beyond comfortable. A slight degree of discomfort is normal, okay? But you shouldn't feel any pain while you're stretching, okay? Be gentle, use smooth, slow movements, avoid jerking or bouncing as well. Don't forget to breathe, obviously. Breathing can relieve stress and tension in your body, and it may even help you hold the stretch for longer. But always start slowly. This is child's pose here, just kind of lay there and relax, and yeah, that's it guys. Thank you for joining me. This was the static stretch video, and we'll see you next time.